Last class we had completed with the inflorescence. I had explained you about the 16 different types of inflorescence. अगर याद है तो बोलो, come on. रेसमोस का inflorescence का types बोलो. What are the types of रेसमोस के inflorescence? I had given you 10 in total. So you remember? Okay. हाँ. Come on, right. Raceme, panicle. Okay. फिर total 10. Spadix. Okay. Good. Parnavi. Nice. Spike. Capitulum. Yes. Corim. Umbel. Compound umbel. Catkin. Okay, fine. Or compound corim. Yes. So I can see in your chat box you have written the answers. So yes, quickly I'll go through it. Raceme, compound raceme, that is going to be panicle. Then we have got something called as corim, compound corim, umbel, compound umbel, spike, catkin, and spadix and capitulum. है ना? So in this way we have studied the 10 different types of racemose type of inflorescence. Yes. Then the second one, the next one was cymose type of inflorescence. So in that cymose type of inflorescence, you remember we had done 3 specific ones और जो एक था उसमें 2 parts थे. Do you all remember the names? Come on, tell me if you remember the names. Very good, Sonali. Yes, yes, it is uniparous cyme. Then uniparous, or it's also called as monocagial, right ना? Uniparous या monocagial. Yes, Vibha, nice. Biparous. I'm asking about cymose only. तो यूनिपैरस या मोनोकेजियल, बाइकेजियल, और कौन सा था तीसरा? थर्ड वन. Very good, Sonali. Multiparous. Yes, yes. Okay. So it is multiparous, or it is called as polycagial. Okay. And in monocagial we had seen कि एक था जो right and left ऐसे ग्रोथ हो रही थी, और एक था जो सिर्फ लेफ्ट के साइड पे जा रहा था. So what are those? You remember the names of those? Yes, Devang, very good. Scorpoid type, and the other one was helicoid. Yes, Tanvi, very good, very good. So that were the three which were your cymose type of inflorescence. And lastly, we had seen something called as special type of inflorescence, which also I had explained as three. So do you remember the names of the three? Just the names. Cythium, yes, Komal, good. Then Verticillester, Siddharth, you're right, beta. And last is जो फिग का एग्जांपल दिया था मैंने. Very nice. Yes, Ashita. Hypanthodium. Yes, yes, yes. Even Sushi has given, Siddharth has given. Correct, correct. Viva has also given Hypanthodium. Okay. So that were the 16 different types of now inflorescence. That was the how the flowers are going to be arranged. है ना? Arrangement of flowers on the floral axis was yesterday's topic that we had seen in detail. So yesterday we completed with inflorescence. Yeah, the link for the homework I haven't given as yet. I'll be giving it by today or maximum by tomorrow. Okay. So those who have not completed the homework, for them it's going to be some time extra to complete it. I want minimum 50 uh, you know types that we had discussed yesterday. Minimum 50. उससे ज़्यादा है तो I'm happy, of course. Okay. Well, so that's all for yesterday's session. Now if you listen to this class, very patiently, and if you understand everything, your one there is only one chapter which is associated with botany in your 12th standard syllabus. 12th standard syllabus में botany ज़्यादा है नहीं, एक ही chapter है ना? तो वो जो एक, my voice is breaking.
Your voice was lagging.
Because here there is nothing, like I am not getting any intimation that there is some problem. Okay. Anyways, so
Ma'am, your signal is
it's
showing
fine.
red beside your name in Zoom.
Yeah. Let me check 1 minute. I'll just check. Okay. Now let us see. It would be better. Okay. So we'll start with the flower. That is, as I was saying, the flower ka part is very important from your 12th standard point of view. There is only a single chapter called as sexual reproduction in flowering plants, in which many things would be, based on this particular content. जो अभी हम लोग कर रहे हैं ना, उसके content पे based है. So if you know, if you listen to this lecture very carefully, your next year's एक chapter का बहुत सारा काम इधर ही खत्म हो जाए. Okay, so be very careful while listening to these particular important terms that is going to be uh, explained in today's class. Fine. Okay. So I'll talk about the flower. Now this presentation has not been given to you all. You will get it by tomorrow. ये मैं आज ही मैडम को सेंड कर देती हूँ so that she can share it with you by tomorrow. Okay, fine. So we'll talk about the flower. Your this was given. This is the sequel of morphology. Yeah, you got this. How come? The you got first part, beta. This is the second part. Huh? You all have received the first part, not the second one. So this chapter I have divided into two parts now because this is a very long chapter. So मैंने half half में divide कर दिया था. So your first half was having this अपना root, stem, leaves, and inflorescence. Yeah, I know you have not received because I have not mailed it only to MAP. So how can she send it to you? So this is the second part, which will be including flower, seed, flower, fruit, seed, and families. Okay. अरे सिद्धार्थ बीच में ही ये क्वेश्चन किधर आ गया तुम्हारा? It's not a growing field, but it's not a dying field also. Okay. Okay, fine. So let us talk about the flower. Flower is defined as highly condensed and modified reproductive shoot. Okay, highly condensed. So what do you mean by that word highly condensed? It's in the reduced form and it's a modified form and it's going to give us reproductive shoot. Yeah, so reproductive shoot का मतलब क्या हो जाता है बेटा? It's going to be something which is associated with formation of gametes. So the gametes of that particular plant or that tree is going to be specifically taking place inside the flower. Okay, so therefore we call it as a reproductive shoot. The part from where flower arises is called as bracts. Now this is something very important point कि the part from where the flower is going to actually arise, वो जो point है, वो जो node है, जिसको हम floral node कहते हैं, that is going to be called as a bract. Now if that bract is going to remain persistent, मतलब वो bract intact रहता है even after the bud has bloomed into a flower, then we call those flowers as bracteate flowers जो आगे आने वाला है. Okay. Flower has short or long floral stalk which is called as the pedicel. So yesterday also we saw that there is something called as peduncle, which is the main axis, and it will be having small branches, which is going to be called as pedicels, on which the flowers are going to be present. So the stalk of the flower is going to be called as a pedicel. The upper part of pedicel is swollen, spherical shaped or conical, which is called as a thalamus, or it's also called as the receptacle. तो ये जो होता है ना, ये फ्लावर का एक ऐसा पोजीशन है on which everything will be attached. Okay, so the upper part of the pedicel मतलब क्या, the ending of the pedicel जो है, the uppermost region जो है, it is going to be spherical or conical. So that is the one which is going to form a stage or it is going to form a base. So ये एक stage के जैसा behave करता है, कौन, thalamus या receptacle कहते हैं उसको, दोनों words याद रखने हैं आपको. So thalamus or is called as receptacle, and that will act as a base for insertion of the floral leaves. So see, floral leaves are present on it. अब यहाँ पर ये सबसे बड़ा confusion होता है बच्चों के mind में कि leaves are green in color. और ये क्या है, what are these? So these are modified leaves which are going to be your floral leaves. So what are these floral leaves? How is it going to be present? See, so in a flower there are 4 types of floral leaves. मतलब androecium और gynoecium, corolla और calyx, सबको मिलाकर हम उसको है ना leaves ही कहते हैं, floral leaves कहते हैं बेटा. Though it's flower, we call it as floral leaves. So what are the floral leaves? Sepals, petals, stamen and carpel. तो सेपल्स जो होते हैं, सेपल्स जो होते हैं उनका एक कलेक्शन जो होता है, सेपल्स के कलेक्शन को हम कहते हैं, वी कॉल इट एज कैलिक्स. व्हाट वी कॉल इट एज कैलिक्स. ओके, so here you can see the calyx which is green in color. ये देखो, this is the calyx which is green in color, right? Petals का collection is going to be called as corolla. So all the petals together will be called as corolla. Okay, then we have got the stamen. So the collection of stamen will be called as androecium, and the collection of carpel will be called as gynoecium. ठीक है, तो ये देखिए यहाँ पर individually उन्होंने दिया है. This is the calyx that is going to be made up of sepals. This is the corolla which is made up of petals. This is the androecium which is made up of stamens, and this is the gynoecium which is made up of carpel, or it's also called as pistil. PISTIL. Pistil भी कहते हैं या carpel भी कहते हैं. तो a flower is typically made up of what all things? Come on, calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium, है ना. कैलिक्स के इंडिविजुअल यूनिट्स को क्या कहते हैं? स्टेमन. कोरोला के इंडिविजुअल यूनिट्स को क्या कहते हैं? पेटल्स. एंड्रोशियम के इंडिविजुअल यूनिट्स को स्टेमन, एंड गाइनोशियम के इंडिविजुअल यूनिट को कार्पेल या फिर पिस्टल. ओके, फाइन. या व्हाट्स योर डाउट? ब्रिंजल स्टॉप ग्रीन पार्ट इज द कैलिक्स. यस बेटा, इट इज द कैलिक्स. यू आर राइट, परफेक्टली राइट. ओके, सो दैट्स अबाउट द जनरल थिंग्स दैट वी हैव टू स्टडी. अब हर एक को हमें है ना डिटेल में पढ़ना है. दैट इज सेपल्स को हम लोग डिटेलिंग करेंगे, पेटल्स का डिटेलिंग करेंगे, स्टेमन का करेंगे और कार्पेल का करेंगे, राइट. सो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी योर टिपिकल फ्लावर व्हिच कैन बी ये डायग्रामेटिक रिप्रेजेंटेशन है. सो व्हाट आई वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट वाज दिस पार्ट व्हिच इज कॉल्ड एज अ रिसेप्टेकल या थैलेमस. It is the base of the flower on which the floral organs are arranged. It's also called as thalamus. So receptacle या thalamus. Okay. अब इसके ऊपर जो सबसे पहले वाला wall है, पहले वाला wall मतलब wall का मतलब क्या होता है? Those which are arranged in a concentric manner. Okay. तो ये देखो, calyx is the first one to be present on the thalamus. You can see this calyx. Calyx is a collection of sepals which is green in color. What is polysepalous and what is gamosepalous वो मैं explain करूँगी, don't worry. Then the second one after the calyx, calyx के अंदर जो arrangement होती है वो होती है corolla. So corolla is going to be collection of petals which are bright yellow expanded above your like polypetal is not necessarily always yellow. You can see so many different colors of petals also. ओके, तो पहले सबसे बाहर होता है कैलिक्स, कैलिक्स के बाद अंदर की तरफ होता है कोरोला, कोरोला के बाद अंदर की तरफ जो होता है ना, that is going to be the stamen. So that is going to be called as your androecium. Androecium is a collection of stamen, and each stamen is made up of anther and filament. Okay, so this is going to be, filament is going to be the long stalk. ये जो आपको डंडी दिखाई दे रही है ना इसकी anther की, उसको हम कहते हैं filament. And here you can see two lobes, right? You can see two lobes. These lobes are called as anther lobes. Okay, diathecus का मतलब क्या होता है? Two in numbers. They are two in numbers. Therefore, it's called as diathecus. Inrows, inwards. Fine. Then the last wall which is going to be present on this receptacle, the innermost, is going to be the gynoecium. तो ये जो है यहाँ पर देखिए, it's called as gynoecium. Gynoecium is going to be made up of stigma, style, and ovary. So here is going to be your stigma. This long tube-like structure is going to be your style. और ये जो ऐसा swollen वाला, like part है, that is going to be the ovary. Ovary के अंदर क्या होता है? तो ovules होते हैं. ये देखिए, ये ovules है. You can see these ovules over here. Okay, so these are the ovules. Ovules का जब fertilization हो जाता है ना, तो ये बन जाते हैं seed. और ये जो ओवरी होती है ना, वो बन जाता है फ्रूट. तो what we eat as fruit is actually a ripened ovary. Okay, so when I talk about fruit ka part, it will be all the more clear and easy for you all to understand. But as of now, you just have to remember that these are the 4 different floral leaves which are present on the thalamus. Thalamus could be circular or it could be conical in shape. Okay, ye dekho. Yeah, what's your thing, beta? Hence, fruits are developed in a very protected environment. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so that's all with your diagram of this particular, typical flower. Now, first we come to the symmetry of flowers. How are the flowers going to be? Like how can we see the flowers in what manner? So see, if the floral parts are cyclic in a flower, it is called as cyclic flower. If the floral leaves are spirally arranged, then it is called as spiral flower. Okay. Floral symmetry is of 3 types. First, actinomorphic. It's called as radial or regular. Second is zygomorphic. It's called as bilateral. Third is asymmetrical, which is called as irregular. So let us understand what are these. So when flower is divided by any vertical plane into 2 equal halves, then it is called as actinomorphic flower. अब इसका मतलब क्या हो गया? You take a ball, है ना, and you pass the knife through any plane, कहीं से भी उसको कट करो, it will be always divided into 2 equal halves. कभी भी, है ना, बॉल को अगर आप सेंटर से कट करते हो तो वो हमेशा 2 पार्ट में इक्वल, कैसे भी कट करेंगे ना तो भी वो इक्वल डिवाइड हो जाएगा. That is called as your radial symmetry. So this actinomorphic flowers किस में दिखाई देते हैं? तो mustard, China rose, datura, and chili. So you have already written the scientific name of mustard. Come on, tell me, what is mustard ka scientific name? Quickly.
Brassica.
Very good. Then what is China rose? China rose. चलो China rose. अरे
Hibiscus.
hibiscus. Correct. Okay. Hibiscus rosa sinensis. Yes, correct. Then what is the scientific name of datura? तो datura ही है. It is called as datura. And chili, you are seeing it for the first time. Chili का scientific name is capsicum. Okay. Capsicum है उसका. So we know what is capsicum. जो bell peppers होते हैं ना, उनको हम generally capsicum कहते हैं. But in general, chilies are going to be called as capsicum. Fine. So वो भी easy है याद रखने के लिए. Correct. So that is about your actinomorphic flower. Second one is going to be zygomorphic flower. Zygomorphic flower का मतलब होता है bilateral symmetry. So when the flower is divided into 2 equal halves only by one particular plane, एक ही plane में जब division होता है तब मतलब यू टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ ह्यूमन बीइंग्स, टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ ह्यूमन बीइंग, ओके। अगर हमें ट्रांसवर्स कट किया गया तो हमारा इक्वल हाफ होगा क्या? एक हाफ हो जाएगा हमारा टॉर्सो रीजन, एक हाफ हो जाएगा हमारा लेग वाला रीजन, सो इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी इक्वल, राइट। तो अगर हमें कट करना है, ह्यूमन बीइंग्स का डाइसेक्शन करोगे आप लोग जो भी मेडिकल में जाने वाले हो आगे, विल बी डूइंग द डाइसेक्शंस ऑफ ह्यूमन डेड बॉडी, है ना। तो उस टाइम पे यू विल बी यू नो लाइक ऑल द मोर, जब प्रैक्टिकल करोगे तो और मजा आता है फर्स्ट। तो दैट टाइम जब कटिंग है तो इट इफ यू हैव टू डिवाइड दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग इनटू टू इक्वल हाफ, तो आपको कैसे कट करना पड़ेगा? हाउ यू हैव टू यू नो गिव अ कट? कैन यू गिव इट एज अ ट्रांसवर्स? इफ यू गिव ट्रांसवर्स चलेगा क्या? दो इक्वल पार्ट्स में डिवाइड होगा क्या? ऑफ कोर्स नॉट। सो हाउ इट हैज टू बी? इट हैज टू बी वर्टिकल, है ना। सो व्हेन आई से वर्टिकल, ऑफ कोर्स इट्स समथिंग लाइक, आई होप आई एम जस्ट ऑनिंग द वीडियो, तो बैंडविड्थ में प्रॉब्लम नहीं आना चाहिए, बट स्टिल okay, it's something like this. So if a, you know like human is cut in this particular fashion, only then you will get two equal halves, right? तो यहाँ से बराबर it should be through the center. ये जो सारे revisions है, it is through the center, okay? बट अगर एक बॉल है, बॉल को आप कैसे भी कट करोगे थ्रू द सेंटर तो इक्वल आ जाएगा ना। दैट वाज योर एक्टिनोमॉर्फिक। नाउ दिस इज जाइगोमॉर्फिक। तो एक पर्टिकुलर एंगल वर्टिकल प्लेन में ही उसको कट करना पड़ता है, राइट? करेक्ट। टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ फिश। फिश को अगर आप कैसे भी कट करोगे तो टू इक्वल हाफ्स हो जाएगा क्या? नॉट पॉसिबल ना। इट हैज टू बी कट थ्रू अ पर्टिकुलर प्लेन. So that is called as zygomorphic, or it is going to be called as bilateral symmetry. Fine. Now, what are the examples of bilateral symmetry? See, P, Bean, Gulmohar, and Cassia. So again, I think you all have written the names, scientific names. अपने P, Bean, Gulmohar के लिखे हुए हैं, है ना? So do you remember? P का scientific name क्या है? Come on, tell me. Very good. Yes, yes. You all are right. Payasam sativa. Very nice. Bean का याद है? Do you remember? Bean. We have written about bean. Very good, Ishita. Very good. Yes. Ishita Fenani has given the right answer. It is Phaseolus. Okay? Yes, you are right. Then Gulmohar का कल के लेक्चर में मैंने दिया था तुम लोग को Gulmohar. I don't remember, but I have given you. Yes, you are right. Ishita, again you are right, beta. Yes, I have given you yesterday only. Delonix. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. And Cassia is the scientific name itself. Okay? Got it? Yeah. So even you have written the examples for zygomorphic or bilateral symmetry, है ना? Bilateral, lateral जब कट होता है तो दो pieces में equal divide होते हैं. That is bilateral. Okay. So what is asymmetrical or irregular? ये तो मतलब it's very simple to remember this. What is this? When the flower cannot be divided into two equal halves from any plane, then it is called as asymmetrical flower. Example is canna and opuntia. You have written both. Okay. So that flower is irregular flower. आप उसको कैसे भी पकड़ के दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करने की इक्वल पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करने की कोशिश करोगे ना, it won't be possible to divide it exactly into two equal halves. तो उसको हम कहते हैं irregular. ठीक है? Got it? Bean का scientific name is Delonix. Delonix. Delonix regia. Yesterday only I gave you all, if I'm not wrong. या उसके पहले.
Scientific name is Delonix regia.
हाँ?
Gulmohar का scientific name is Delonix regia.
हाँ. Yeah. That is what bean का. Okay. So that's about your symmetry. Fine. Acha, you want for bean. Bean is going to be a Phaseolus. Phaseolus. PHA. I think ये भी हमने last class में लिखा था. Last Friday, I guess I have written Phaseolus for you all. Friday or Thursday, I don't remember. Somewhere. Okay. So that is going to be your. You want me to give you? See, I have given. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Window क्यों आ गया बीच में? Well, so that's about our symmetry of the flowers. तो सबसे पहले हमने ये देखा फ्लावर का पार्ट्स देखा, which are the different parts, and now we are seeing the symmetry of it. Fine. Okay. Then we go to the next one, that is insertion of the floral parts. Now insertion का मतलब क्या होता है? That where and how the gynoecium and androecium and the sepals and the petals are arranged. तो यहाँ पर हम specifically है ना gynoecium का condition देखने वाले हैं. This is the most predominant part that is asked in your exams every year. तो ये इसके ऊपर थोड़ा ज़्यादा focus करना बेटा, insertion of the floral parts. So first is called as hypogynous condition. Hypo means below. Gynous is gynoecium. When the petals, sepals, stamens all are going to be situated below the gynoecium. मतलब ये अगर gynoecium है तो stamen भी इसके नीचे है, छोटे है उससे, मतलब gynoecium tall है ना? मतलब stigma, style and ovary का जो stigma का part है, it is going to be at the apex and the anthers are going to be below it. The petals are going to be below it and the sepals are also going to be below it. So when the gynoecium is superior and all other are inferior to the gynoecium, okay? Hypogynous, gynoecium से सारे के सारे नीचे है, hypo है, hypo मतलब below, okay? So gynoecium ऊपर है, बाकी तीनों जो है whorls वो उसके नीचे है, ऐसे condition को हम कहते हैं hypogynous condition, okay? So when the petals, sepals, stamens are situated below the ovary, the flower is going to be called as hypogynous flower, and in this condition, the ovary is considered as superior ovary. Superior ovary मतलब बाकी सब जो है वो inferior है, उसके नीचे है. Okay? Again, कहाँ ये दिखाई देता है hypogynous condition? Mustard, China rose and brinjal. Okay? Mustard, China rose and brinjal. So again mustard and China rose is common. Brinjal का scientific name याद है तुम लोग को? Do you all remember brinjal का scientific name? We had done in the living world. Yes. Very good beta. Excellent. Samiksha, you're perfectly right. Yeah, even Mukta, you're right. It is Solanum melongena. Perfect. Okay. So that's going to be your brinjal. So if you all are not written this, you please write down. That is Solanum melongena. That is going to be brinjal. Okay. The second one is going to be perigynous condition. अच्छा, मैं अभी hypogynous condition का diagram दिखाती हूँ तो तुम्हें समझ में आ जाएगा what I'm trying to tell you. ये देखो. This is going to be the hypogynous. So this is going to be your ovary, which is going to be अपना gynoecium, which is going to be the tallest. ये वाला. Okay. And androecium देखो इसके नीचे है. ये जो petals का insertion है ये भी इसके नीचे है. Okay. Now what is the confusion that students will generally do is they'll see this और लोग बोलते हैं कि मिस लेकिन ये कैसे पॉसिबल है, ये देखो पेटल तो इसके ऊपर से जा रहा है, ये तो पेटल उससे बड़ा है. बच्चा, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट इंसर्शन, वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द हाइट. सो व्हेन आई से इंसर्शन दैट मींस वी हैव टू टॉक फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, है ना? तो ये अपना थैलेमस है, राइट? दिस इज गोइंग टू बी द थैलेमस. लुक एट द पोजीशन ऑफ द ओवरी. सबसे ऊपर है, उसके नीचे इंसर्टेड है अपने एंड्रोशियम, उसके नीचे इंसर्टेड है अपने corolla और उसके नीचे इंसर्टेड है अपने calyx. So the calyx, corolla, androecium, they all three are going to be below the gynoecium. Now understood? So don't ever look at these particular diagrams from the height point of view. Always look from the insertion, basal point of view. Is it fine? Okay? Fine. अरे यार, why you don't have? We have done that in living world. Come on, open your living world ka chapter. I have given this already. Got this? How to understand this insertion समझ में आ गया? So hypogynous condition में है ना, कभी भी याद रखो, कोई भी condition, let it be hypogynous, let it be perigynous, let it be epigynous. Please make one thing sure कि ये जो सारे है ना, ये जो arrangement है ना, it is not to be viewed from the top, it has to be viewed from the base. Okay? तो ये देखो, ये जो सेपल है ये गाइनोशियम के नीचे है, ये पेटल है ये भी गाइनोशियम के नीचे है, ये स्टेमन है ये भी गाइनोशियम के नीचे है. Therefore, this is going to be coming under your hypogynous condition, where the ovary is superior while rest all are inferior. Is it okay? इसमें हमने देखा what were the examples that we saw? Mustard, China rose, and brinjal. Okay, got it? Now let us understand. Someone's mic is on. Yeah, even I can hear that. Who's this? शायद देखो बेटा अपना अपना माइक चेक करो एक बार, किसी का माइक ऑन है तो. Even I could hear that. If it's on, please उसको बंद कर देना. Still it's on. Still it's on. Let me check the participants. Swara, your mic is on. स्वरा काइंडली माइक को ऑफ कर दो. Swara, you weren't there yesterday, in fact. Fine. So I hope you all have understood the insertion ka first point. That is going to be your hypogynous condition. Now we go ahead with the next one, that is perigynous condition. So when thalamus grows upward and forms a cup-shaped structure, मतलब ये जो thalamus अभी हमने देखा था वो कैसा था? It was a conical shaped structure. और इसके ऊपर इधर था gynoecium, है ना? यहाँ पे नीचे से थे बाकी के 3 words. Okay, so it was conical in case of hypogynous condition. Now they are saying in perigynous condition, the thalamus could become tall like a cup-shaped structure. Okay, ऐसे बन जाता है वो. Now see what happens. So thalamus grows upward and forms a cup-shaped structure. The gynoecium is situated in the center, and other parts of the flower are located on the rim of the thalamus, almost at the same level. So when all the 4 walls would be almost at the same level, we call it as perigynous condition, or it's called as half inferior condition. What it is going to be called as? Half inferior condition. Fine. So here, look at the diagram first. Yeah. So you can see this. This is forming a cup-shaped structure. ये देखो, ये ऐसा एक cup-shaped structure है ना? और ये thalamus पूरा का पूरा जो भी आपको ये green part दिखाई दे रहा है ना बेटा, this everything is thalamus only, right? Now if you see over here, the gynoecium is also tall. Look at the height of this gynoecium and look at the height of this gynoecium. Actually, this gynoecium is very tall, but it is situated in the pit. It is situated in that cup ka base. Okay, therefore it also comes to lie almost at the same position as that of your prewords. तो ये देखो, ये androecium, ये corolla और ये calyx, है ना? ये 3 along with this ovary, ये ovary है इतना बड़ा, है ना? They all are almost lying at the same position, and therefore what we call it as perigynous condition या half inferior. Now look over here, even this is perigynous condition. यहाँ पर भी देखो, ये जो है ना, ये जो कप है ये थोड़ा ऐसा ब्रॉड सॉसर के जैसा बन गया है. इट्स नॉट शोइंग इट एज अ कप, इट्स शोइंग द डायग्राम एज अ सॉसर. लेकिन इधर भी देखो, दिस इज गोइंग टू बी द ओवरी. इसका इंसर्शन देखो, एंड्रोशियम का देखो, कोरोला का देखो और कैलिक्स का देखो. दे आर ऑलमोस्ट ऑल ऑफ द सेम हाइट. So these two are going to be the examples of perigynous condition. Got it? Is there any half superior, half inferior, whatever you say? Generally we call it as half inferior. Okay, it can be half superior, half inferior. It's actually half 50-50 है ये. ठीक है? तो neither the gynoecium is superior nor it is inferior. तो उसको half मोड पे हम लोग ले लेते हैं. Fine? Yeah. Pollination is easy. Pollination is easy in every case because pollination is the main root cause of their survival. So of course pollination is going to be, whatever happens, pollination होने ही वाला है. Fine. Then what is the next one? Yeah. So we saw about the hypogynous condition. We saw about the perigynous condition. Okay. Go back. Where is it seen? See, this perigynous condition is seen in who all things? It's seen in plum, peach, and rose. Okay. So plum ka scientific name is Prunus domestica. You want me to write it? I'll give it. It's going to be Prunus domestica. Please copy down this. That is Prunus domestica. Okay. Then the next one is what?
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, we have Prunus.
You have written?
Yes, ma'am, but only Prunus, not domestica. Like,
हाँ तो लिखो Prunus domestica लिखो.
ma'am, this is for
Then you want for, you have written?
this is for peach, right?
Prunus domestica is for plum and Prunus persica is for peach. I'm putting the name. I'm putting the name for persica also. Prunus persica is for your peach. अच्छा rose का मैंने बताया already. I remember. What is rose?
Rosa.
Yes, rosa. Yes. Yes. So 2 you have already written and 1 is persica जो है वो आपने अभी मैंने आपको अभी दिया है. Okay. Okay, fine. So that is your perigynous condition. Now let us see the epigynous condition. Okay. Epigynous condition में the margin of the thalamus grows upward. तो ये जो कप शेप के जैसा थैलेमस है वो आगे जाके ऐसा पूरा मार्जिन ऊपर की तरफ ग्रो होगा enclosing the ovary completely. तो ऐसा पूरा उसके ऊपर एक कवर कर देता है. So the ovary gets surrounded by the thalamus on all the 4 sides. Fine. And it is then going to get fused with the ovary and the other parts of the flower will arise above the ovary. So now the ovary is going to be inferior. सबसे नीचे अभी ओवरी चली गई और बाकी के जो उसके वर्ल्स है वो सारे उसके ऊपर बनने को स्टार्ट हो गए हैं. So that type is going to be called as epi. Epi means above. Gynous means gynoecium. तो gynoecium अभी नीचे है, बाकी सारे gynoecium के ऊपर बन गए. So epigynous, gynoecium के ऊपर. ठीक है. The ovary is said to be inferior and this condition is known as epigynous condition. Example is seen in guava, cucumber and rare florets of sunflower. So guava का भी हमने लिखा हुआ है. Do you remember the scientific name of guava? Come on, tell me if you do remember. What is the scientific name of guava? Very good, Ishita. Very nice. Yes. Who else? Yes, Devang, Sia, Komal, all. Hi. कोमल ये कौन सा नाम है? It is sedum, PSIDUM. Okay, guajava. Yeah, that is going to be your sedum guajava. Fine. Then cucumber. What's the scientific name of cucumber?
Cucurbita family.
Cucurbita family. But specifically cucumber का नाम क्या है बेटा? No, we have written na cucumber so many times. हाँ, yes, Vara, you're right. Cucumis, correct. It's cucumis for cucumber. Are Sia for brinjal it is Solanum melongena. Cucurbita is the family and name is cucumis. You're right. Even Shravani, you're right, beta. Cucumis. And sunflower, what is the scientific name of sunflower? Helianthus. Very nice, Ishita. Excellent, excellent. Yes, Vita, you're right. So it's going to be Helianthus. Correct, Shravani. Okay. So I've written all the 3. So no need of again writing it down. But you all have understood what is hypogynous, perigynous, and epigynous. I'll show you the diagram for epigynous as well. Just see. So this hypothalamus is making a cup-shaped structure. It is enclosing the ovary completely. ये देखो, ये जो ओवरी है पूरी तरह से इसके अंदर फ्यूज हो चुकी है ना? और इसके ऊपर से, तो ओवरी के ऊपर से सारे के सारे बाकी के तीनों वर्ल्स डेवलप हो रहे हैं. So the sepals, the petals, and the androecium, they all are growing from the upward part of it. Correct? So that is the reason that this is going to be called as epigynous. So hypogynous means everything below the gynoecium. Epigynous, everything above the gynoecium. Perigynous, almost of the same size. Fine ना? So diagram 4 है बेटा, because perigynous के दो conditions बताए हैं. One, where the cup is very deep, and other, a saucer-like structure. Fine. So in your exams, they give you as match the following. They give you the diagram in one column. In other column, they give you the name. And in the third column, they give you the examples. So आपको 3 columns को match कराकर you have to come to a conclusion. Okay? Fine? Yeah. How is pollination possible? Yeah. Pollination is possible, easily possible. How it is possible will be seeing in sexual reproduction and flowering plants. What happens in these type of plants? Okay? Yes. So this is about the insertion of the floral parts. Any difficulty in understanding this? So first we saw the shape of the flower. It was actinomorphic, zygomorphic, and irregular. Then we saw insertion of the flowers, that is hypogynous, perigynous, and epigynous. Is it fine? We move on to the next one. Anyone having any difficulties, please stop me and ask, no problem. Okay? Yeah. Now this is something to be noted very specifically as out of scope wale questions. Bracts, they are specialized leaves present in the axis of the flower. The flower which have bract will be called as bracteate flower. The whorl of the bract surrounding the peduncle is called as involucre. So yesterday's class I told you involucre was a cup-shaped structure. Hai na? Involucre. What is your involucre? The group of bracteolate is going to be called as involucre. So when the bracteoles will come together, they also form a small cup-shaped structure, which will be called as your involucre. Fine. Then we have got the spathe. Yesterday I told you what is the spathe in something called as one of the inflorescence of racemose. Do you remember the spathe name? I told you the best example is banana. Maize and banana मैंने कल बताया था. Do you remember हमने spathe किसमें देखा था? कौन से inflorescence में? Come on, try to recollect. Very good, Komal. Yes, you are right. Yes. In spadix we had seen the spathe. मैंने बताया था कि ये जो spathe है ये ऐसा पूरा एक covering है, और वहाँ पे जो diagram मैंने आपको बताया था, in that to show the male flowers and the female flowers, it was written as cut spathe. And I told you to, like to see these particular internal structures, the spathe has been removed, right? So that is the same spathe that we are talking about even now. Just now I told you yesterday कि कल के lecture में और detailing हो जाएगी इसकी. So what is the spathe? In flowers, when large bract completely encloses the whole inflorescence, then it is called as spathe. It is seen in banana and maize, right? तो कल वाला जो मैंने आपको एग्जाम्पल दिया था, जो मैंने केयरफुल बोला था आपको, आपने देखा क्या नेट पे वो कैसे दिखता है? Did you all see? You can just write down careful. It will show what is careful. जो लोग खाते हैं, जो लोग घर पे लेके आते हैं, उनको तो पता ही है. ओके, तो लाइक स्मॉल किड्स, अभी तो नहीं, अभी तो तुम लोग के लिए टाइम पास करने के लिए बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, हाथ में सारे गैजेट्स है. बट व्हेन वी वर स्मॉल ना, वी हैड कुछ ऐसा एंटरटेनमेंट नहीं हुआ करता था. मतलब हमारा जो टीवी होता था ना, वो भी सिर्फ 2 घंटा दिन में चलता था. मतलब अदरवाइज कुछ प्रोग्राम्स होते ही नहीं थे. They used to be only 2 hours का टीवी, only 2 hours. और वो 2 hours में भी है ना, हाफ एन आवर कुछ न्यूज चलते थे, हाफ एन आवर कुछ फिल्म के गाने चलते थे, ये कार्टून ये वो ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ करता था. हाफ एन आवर कुछ एग्रीकल्चर से रिलेटेड कुछ प्रोग्राम्स हुआ करते थे। तो हाँ, वो एक चित्रहार और छाया गीत करके 2 फ़िल्म के गानों का एक प्रोग्राम होता था ट्यूसडेज़ एंड थर्सडेज़। नहीं, थर्सडे एंड संडे। रंगोली करके एक संडे अर्ली मॉर्निंग अभी भी आता है, अगर आप संडे अर्ली मॉर्निंग उठते हो तो। तो ज़्यादा एंटरटेनमेंट था नहीं, तो लाइक व्हाट वी यूज्ड टू डू टाइम पास विद व्हाटएवर वाज़ अवेलेबल। तो कभी भी ये घर पे अगर मेरी मम्मी अपना केळफुल लेके आती थी ना, वो बनाना का फ्लावर जो सब्जी बनाने के लिए, तो उसका ये स्पेथ हम निकालते थे। आउटरमोस्ट कवरिंग होता है वो पर्पलिश कलर का, पिंकिश पर्पलिश कलर। तो हम उसको निकालते थे ना, तो इट्स वेरी गुड फॉर रिमूविंग योर हीट फ्रॉम योर बॉडी। तो मम्मा क्या करती थी, मम्मा है ना उसको ऐसे हमारे टो पे मतलब फीट का जो ये वाला रीजन रहता है ना जिसके ऊपर हम चलते हैं, उधर है ना वो स्पेथ को बांध देती थी। तो हमें बहुत मस्त मतलब मजा आता था कि ये हमारे नए चप्पल है करके। इट यूज्ड टू बी फॉर ऑलमोस्ट लाइक 1 आवर और सो। तो सारी बॉडी की जो एक्स्ट्रा हीट होती थी ना, वो सारी एक्सट्रैक्ट हो जाती थी। So that was one way of giving a soothing effect and a cooling effect to our systems. तो वो टाइम पे ये स्पेड्स का हम लोग स्लीपर्स बना के पहन के मस्ती करते थे। अभी आजकल तो as I said, you have got so many things as time pass, but actually that was good for removing the excess heat from your body. तो इसीलिए ये एसिडिटी होना, फेस पे वो एक्ने और पिंपल्स आना, ये सारी जो चीजें हैं ना, वो एक्सेसिव हीट की वजह से जो होती है, we never had a problem with that. So these were very local things that our parents and grandparents used to follow with us. It's not good for health also. It's good for digestion. The people who are having a lot of constipation now, they should have this. Connection error आ रहा है मेरा.
Ma'am, you had gone mute for like 10 to 15 seconds.
That's it. Just stop my video, Nancy, because again connection error आ रहा है. Anyways, so that is about the spathe, okay? So don't forget about the spathe. What is the spathe? Fine. Then petaloid bracts. Now what do you mean by the word petaloid? Petaloid means like a petal. Okay. So when the size of the bract of the flower is greater than the size of the flower and these are of various colors, then it is called as petaloid bracts. Example is bougainvillea. You have already written bougainvillea. And glooms करके कुछ होता है. Now glooms के ऊपर है ना, actually speaking ये glooms मैंने क्यों include करा है? Because just 2 years before they are asked a question on glooms. So what are glooms? Small dry scaly bracts are called as glooms which are seen in wheat and grasses. Okay? तो ये dry scaly bracts होते हैं जिसको हम glooms कहते हैं. So this particular slide now nothing is given in your NCERT or your government textbook. These all things are borrowed from different exams. अलग अलग एग्जाम में ये सारा पूछा गया था तो उसको कलेक्टिवली मैंने नोट के अंदर बना के दे दिया. ओके चलो, so you have written the scientific name of banana, you already know the scientific name of maize. चलो banana का बोलो, maize का बोलो, चलो 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 quickly, come on, tell me. Banana, very good, correct, you all are right. Yes, Samiksha, Komal, Sia, good. Maize का लिखो बेटा. Yes, Ishita right, Shravani right, Samiksha right, very good, very good, very good. Yes, you all are right. Yes. Now tell me about bougainvillea तो तुमने लिखा है. Tell me about wheat. Wheat का scientific name क्या है? Very good. Yes, Ishita, Komal, very nice. It is not tritic. It is triticum. Triticum. Yeah, right, correct. And grass का, you can tell me the name of any of the grasses. Oxalis है, centellum है, कोई भी चलेगा. Yes, cynodon, correct. You are right, Shravan. Very nice. Okay. So these things you already know. ये आपको already पता है, इसलिए ये वापस से लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है ना? Then we go to the 4 different parts of the flower. The first one, as we know, is going to be the calyx. So the outermost wall of the flower is called as calyx, outermost, first. Each member of calyx is called as sepal. When all the sepals are free from each other, then the condition is called as polysepalous condition. मतलब क्या, ये जो सेपल्स है ये एक दूसरे से अटैच नहीं है, वो फ्री है. Okay, then such type of condition is called as polycephalous condition, and polycephalous condition is observed in mustard and radish. Again see, mustard radish, mustard radish, कितनी बार रिपीट हुआ है mustard radish, है ना, राइट. सो मस्टर्ड एकदम फेमस है, ये पूरे चैप्टर का हीरो है ये. लेकिन उससे भी बड़ा हीरो कौन है पता है? चाइना रोज. चाइना रोज हर एक में आता ही रहेगा कहीं ना कहीं. ओके, ये Drachnus brassica. Okay, then when the sepals are fused with each other, it is called as gamosepalous condition. Example is cotton, datura and brinjal. Cotton, datura and brinjal. Okay, so gamosepalous means all the calyx के जो individual units होते हैं ना वो fused होते हैं. जैसे कि if I open the calyx of hibiscus, तो मुझे है ना कुछ ऐसे मिलेगा. छोड़ो मुझे कैसे, आई होप आई बी एबल टू ड्रॉ. बस ये है ना, ये पेन लेके ड्रॉ करना थोड़ा, हाँ ये ऐसे दिखता है. इट एक्चुअली अपीयर्स लाइक दिस. तो ये उसके साथ ही अटैच्ड आपको और एक मिलेगा. So they are generally 5 in number. Okay, so this is the way they look like. So when you open the hibiscus flower ना, तो बेस पे आपको ऐसा ये ग्रीन कलर का ये ऐसा 5 sepals मिलते हैं. And they are, see how are they are completely fused with each other. Correct? You can very well see them. So this is how it looks like. ऐसा जैसे मैंने अभी बनाया है ना, तो ये है ना, ये पूरा फ्यूजन है बेटा. देयर इज नो इंडिविजुअलिटी. सो दिस इज सीन इन मस्टर्ड, रेडिश, हिबिस्कस. ये जो कंडीशन है, ये कंडीशन को हम कहते हैं, सॉरी, ये कंडीशन दिखेगा हमें गैमोसेपलस, दैट इज कॉटन, दतुरा एंड ब्रिंजल अलोंग विद चाइना रोज. तो कॉटन में, दतुरा में, ब्रिंजल में, सब में ये कैसे होते हैं? दे वुड बी लाइक ऐसे होते हैं. इज इट ओके? एंड जो पॉलीसेपलस होते हैं ना, वो इंडिविजुअल यूनिट्स है, दे आर नॉट कनेक्टेड टू ईच अदर. ओके, so that is called as polycephalous. So gamosepalous means joined together, polycephalous means free from each other. Is it okay? In calyx of Musenda, one of the sepal is going to get enlarged and it forms a leaf-like structure. It may be white or brightly colored. It attracts insects and thus it acts as an advertisement flag. Now this was a question that they had asked, that in the calyx of which plant acts as an advertisement flag. Okay, advertisement flag matlab, you know, it advertises कि come to me, I'm here, please see me, I'm here. ऐसा वो advertisement करा रहा है खुद का. So the name of that plant is Musenda plant. ठीक है? In Trapa, calyx is modified into spines and it helps in protection of the fruit. In Argemon, spines are present on the surface of the sepals, again for the protection. In larkspur and balsam, the posterior part of the sepal is modified into a narrow tube. This structure is called as sepal spur, and nectar is stored in it for insect attraction. So not only insects, you know, ये जो sepal spurs होते हैं ना, उनमें है ना बड़े बड़े birds आके भी nectar पी लेते हैं. They say that they come to drink the nectar. इतना ये sepal spurs बड़ा बन जाता है, tube like structure बन जाता है. They are very long and very large. And they can even hold around 400 to 600 ml of nectar in it. देखो कितना बड़ा, आधा लीटर. अपना जो बिस्लेरी का बॉटल होता है ना आधा लीटर का, उतना उसमें नेक्टर रह जाता है, बन जाता है, मतलब ओके, स्टोर हो जाता है. सो लार्कस्पर एंड बाल्सम में जनरली सेपल स्पर्स दिखाई देते हैं. In Asteraceae family, the sepals are modified into hairy structures. It is called as pappus. And pappus is modified calyx which helps in dispersal of the fruit. So aster flower देखा है आपने, अभी मिलते हैं आजकल in the market, you get them. Pink color, purple color, white color, dark pink color के aster के flowers होते हैं. तो उनका जो calyx होता है ना, it's very hairy. It's hairy. it is going to help in dispersal of the fruit. Okay, so that is the speciality of the calyx and some important points of the calyx which you cannot forget. But basically calyx क्या है समझा है ना? Okay. So you have not written about Musenda, just written about Musenda. Cotton you have written. I have given you for cotton. Do you remember the scientific name of cotton?
Gospium.
Very good, Gossypium. Yes. Datura is Datura. Brinjal is again going to be your Solanum melongena. ठीक है? Yes. Duration of the sepals. How much is the duration? कितने समय तक वो intact रहते हैं? So we have got 3 different types of sepals depending on their durations. The first is caducus. Caducus means the sepals are going to fall at the time of opening of the floral bud. So जैसे ही bud will bloom to become a flower, the sepals will fall down. Okay, the sepals will fall down. That is going to be called as caducus. Example is poppy seeds. Poppy is going to be, you know what, खसखस. पॉपी का मतलब होता है खसखस. खसखस खाते हैं ना, वो कटलेट वगैरह बनाते हैं, उसके ऊपर गोल गोल जो बिल्कुल छोटे छोटे सीड्स होते हैं ना, दैट इज खसखस. ओके, दैट इज पॉपी. सो दैट इज गोइंग टू बी सीन इन पॉपी प्लांट्स की जैसे ही फ्लावर ब्लूम हुआ ना, तो सारे सेपल्स नीचे गिर गए. या इट इज रिच इन कैल्शियम. यू आर राइट, इट इज रिच इन कैल्शियम. ओके. Second is deciduous. Sepals fall after pollination. Okay, so pollination tak the sepals are intact. Once the flowers get pollinated, the sepals will fall down. Such type of sepals are called as deciduous. Example is mustard. Persistent. The sepals will not fall and they'll remain attached even after the fruit formation. Example is tomato, capsicum, brinjal, cotton, datura. तो ब्रिंजल के ऊपर जो ग्रीन कलर का क्राउन दिखाई देता है, दैट इज द परसिस्टेंट कैलिक्स. ओके, दैट इज द परसिस्टेंट कैलिक्स. टमेटो के ऊपर भी दिखाई देता है बेटा. रेड कलर के जो टमेटोज एकदम ब्यूटीफुल बड़े बड़े होते हैं ना, उनके ऊपर ग्रीन कलर का क्राउन दिखाई देता है. राइट, सो दैट इज ऑल्सो गोइंग टू बी परसिस्टेंट कैलिक्स और सेपल्स एज वी से. कैप्सिकम ऑल्सो. मिर्ची देखिए आपने, आप शिमला मिर्च खाते हो तो शिमला मिर्च, नहीं तो अपनी ग्रीन चिली जो मस्त ऐसे ही चबाने के लिए जो मस्त लगती है ना, मतलब खाने के टाइम पे 1 2 3 तो एटलीस्ट सही में चबा के मजा आ जाता है. तो दैट इज योर कैप्सिकम. उसके ऊपर भी है एंड दतुरा. Sometimes below the calyx a whorl similar to sepals is found which is called as epicalyx. Example is Malvaceae family. Yeah. So कैलिक्स के नीचे और छोटे छोटे ग्रीन कलर के ऐसे कैलिक्स के जैसे स्ट्रक्चर्स दिखाई देते हैं, which is going to be called as epicalyx. Okay, yeah. So you want me to explain the second last point of the earlier slide? Okay, fine. This one, in these two plants, larkspur and balsam, the posterior part of the sepal is modified. So the posterior part of the sepal means ये जो है ना, ये ऐसा दोनों तरफ से fold हो जाएगा और tube like structure बनाएगा. Okay. So it's something like, I'll just on my video and I'll show you for a minute. So it's something like this way. ये जो है ना, ये ऐसा है ना, तो it will fold. And after folding from the sides, it will form this tube-like structure. And in this tube-like structure, it's going to store the nectar. Okay. तो ये जो tube-like structure ऐसे बना है ना, because of the folding of the margins, that tube-like structure will be called as your sepal spur. Fine. And in that nectar will be stored. Is it okay? Now clear? Okay, fine. Then again a window is yours. You have to back and share the slides again. Okay, so here that is about your calyx. Larkspur and balsam. These are like typical एक aquatic plants में larkspur आ जाता है. लार्कस्पर को बटरकप भी हम लोग कहते हैं. या फिर बाल्सम है ना, वो भी आपको दिखाई देंगे. वो नॉर्मल ट्रीज होते हैं बट उनमें ऐसे है ना, ऐसे फ्लावर्स के आजू बाजू में है ना, ऐसे लंबे लंबे ट्यूबलाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स दिखाई देते हैं. यू कैन वेरी क्लियरली सी अराउंड द whitish pink flowers, you can see these tube-like structures hanging. So that is just to attract the birds, that is just to attract the insects towards itself. Okay. So that's about your
Ma'am,
hmm.
I meant that do we have to write Larkspur and Balsam
Yeah. Both are scientific names only.
and Arjumon?
Arjumon you have already written. Arjumon आपने लिखा है.
Ma'am, we really need to cross check with others. Oh God, there are these names, some that I've not written only. Okay, ma'am.
नहीं आर्जमोन लिखा है पहले already. Definitely. Okay. Larkspur का
Okay, ma'am.
scientific name नहीं लिखोगे तो भी चलेगा. As of now, just remember larkspur and balsam. No need of remembering the scientific name. जैसे कि मैंने बोला कि बटरकप भी कहते हैं उसको, तो जनरली लार्कस्पर एंड बटरकप ये कॉमन नेम्स है. एंड साइंटिफिक नेम जो है उसका वो डेल्फिनियम है. बट इफ यू डोंट रिमेंबर इट्स फाइन, इट्स ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. ओके. Delphinium is the scientific name of larkspur. Okay, and balsam का भी नहीं लिखोगे तो भी चलेगा. Just remember as larkspur and balsam. Delphinium and impatiens है, but ठीक है. I mean, even if you don't write down, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. So this is about your duration of sepals. Okay. So that's all with your sepals. Now we come to something called as the petals or the corolla. The second wall of the flower is called as corolla, and each member of it is going to be called as a petal. Fine. So calyx is outermost, उसके अंदर है corolla. It is the second one. When the shape and size of petals are similar, then it is called as symmetrical. While when they are not similar, then it's going to be called as asymmetrical. When all the petals are free, then the condition is called as polypetalous. And when all the petals are fused, then the condition is called as gamopetalous. Okay. So poly and gamo ये याद ही रखना है आपको. Poly means free and gamo means fused. Gamopetalous means fused petals. Gamosepalous means fused sepals. Okay. What are the different forms of corolla? Here they give as match the following, so you have to remember this. First is polypetalous condition. तो free petals है. तो ये free petals है वो कैसे arranged होते हैं? हवा दे. So they may be arranged in a cruciform pattern. That is, 4 petals are present in it. You know what is cruciform na? Crucifixion of Lord Jesus, you know about it, right? What do you mean by the crucifixion? कभी सुना है crucifixion ये word? He was nailed, yeah, on a cross, है ना? Yes. तो ये जो cross होता है ना बेटा, उसको cruciform कहते हैं. Okay? तो ये जो 4 petals है, they'll be arranged in the form of a cross. Okay? So there are 4 petals. The lower narrow part of the petal is called as claw, while the outer broad part is called as limb. Okay? These petals are arranged in a cross-like fashion. We call it as crosswise. Example is radish and mustard again. देखो बेटा radish mustard कितनी बार repeat हुए हैं, है ना? Then you have got caryophyllaceous type of corolla. It consists of 5 petals. The claw of the petals are short and the limb of the petals, they are going to be forming at a right angle to the claw. So this is seen in dianthus. This is called as your caryophyllaceous. Okay? तो जब घड़ी में 3 o'clock बजते हैं तो कैसे दिखता है घड़ी? The small arm is facing the 3rd position and the long arm is facing the 12th position. ये कैसे दिखता है ना? वैसे इसका arrangement होता है. This is called as caryophyllaceous. Okay. Rosaceous, again it consists of 5 or more petals. 5 or more. Okay. Claws are absent. Limbs are spread regularly outward. Okay. So example is rose and coconut. Okay. What do you want me to show? I showed you this ना 3 o'clock वाला कैसे दिखेगा condition वैसे. Okay. Cruciform वाला is just like a cross. Cruciform वाला is 12, 3, 6 and 9. उन 4 position पे petals है ऐसे imagine कर लो. Look into your watch and look at the you know 12th position, 3rd position, 6th and the 9th, वो 4 जगह पर होते हैं, that is cruciform. Okay, yeah, so this is how they have seen the forms of corolla, that is polypetalous, free है, they are not fused together because अलग अलग जगह पर है ना, एक 12th position के इधर है, एक 9th के है, एक 6th के है, एक 3rd के है, so they cannot be fused together, है ना. Caryophyllus भी कैसे है, 5 petals है, and the limbs of the petals they are going to make, you know, right angles to the claw, तो ऐसा fuse तो नहीं हो सकते हैं वो लोग, है ना. So here they are talking about the free petals, not the fused one. Fine. I think you have written radish, mustard, dianthus नहीं लिखा होगा, right? Dianthus, rose you have written, coconut you have written. Okay, fine. The second one is going to be gamopetalous. Gamopetalous का मतलब है fused, है ना. So campanulate condition in gamopetalous क्या होता है, देखो 5 petals are arranged like a bell. तो bell कैसे दिखता है? So you know 5 petals will be overlapping each other and they'll form a bell-shaped structure, that is called as campanulate condition. Example is tobacco, raspberry and campanula. Name campanula से campanulate आया है. Funnel shaped या फिर infundibulum form. Funnel के जैसा, actually it appears like a funnel, एकदम ऐसा typical जो funnel का shape होता है ना, वैसे ही दिखता है ये. So funnel like petal arrangement is seen in datura and railway creeper. Railway creeper जो होता है ना, it is generally found along the railway lines. उसको railway creeper ही कहा जाता है. Okay. Third is tubular in them. The petals they form a tube-like structure. Example, disc florets of sunflower. Fine. So these are your gamopetalous conditions. ये सारे जो petals होते हैं वो एक दूसरे से बिल्कुल भी fused. Third is zygomorphic polypetalous corolla. Zygomorphic means they cannot be divided into 2 equal halves in any plane. एक particular plane में ही cut करना पड़ता है. That is called as papillonaceous corolla. उसको हम कहते हैं papillonaceous corolla. Papillonaceous means like a butterfly. Okay? Papillonaceous का मतलब होता है like a butterfly. 5 petals are present. Its posterior petal is largest. It is known as standard or vexillum. Vexillum covers 2 lateral petals which are called as wings, and innermost basal parts are united to form keel or carina. Both lateral parts cover the keel. अब ये कैसे दिखता है, ये देखो ना, I will show you how does it look like. ये जो vexillary वाला है वो, ये देखो. You can see my palm. Okay. ये जो बड़ा वाला जो एक single petal होता है, one single petal, the largest one is going to be called as standard या फिर vexillum. Okay. अब इसके अंदर ऐसे 2 छोटे होते हैं, इसके अंदर 2 छोटे होते हैं. Okay. So of course I can show you only, you know, one hand like this way. You can imagine one more hand like this way. Okay. तो ये जो बड़ा वाला एक है उसके अंदर जो छोटे हैं ना, that 2 smalls inside will be called as wings और ales कहते हैं हम लोग उसको. ठीक है. और इसके अंदर और छोटू होते हैं, बिल्कुल भी छोटू, they appear to be fused. उनको हम कहते हैं कील या करीना. Okay. So you could understand this is the largest, which is the vexillum or standard. उसके अंदर 2 ales या wings, उसके अंदर और 2 छोटे almost fused condition में, which are going to be called as your keel या carina. ठीक है. Seen in pea, gram and arhar. So all your Fabaceae family में ये दिखाई देगा. So I'll just try to draw this particular thing, है ना. ये देखो, ये जो है ये ड्रॉ करने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ, बिकॉज एज आई सेड इसके ऊपर ड्राइंग बनाना एक टास्क है. एनीवे, तो ये जो है ये सबसे लार्ज वाला पेटल रहेगा, जिसको हम क्या कहेंगे, विल कॉल इट एज वेक्सिलम या स्टैंडर्ड. ओके. उसके अंदर है ये 2. आई चेंज द कलर, इजी. ये जो 2 है ना, ये स्टैंडर्ड के अंदर की तरफ है, ये एक है, ये दूसरा है. So these two internals will be called as wings या फिर aims. Okay? और उससे भी अंदर जो दो है, they are going to be which color? I'll make a big black. इसके अंदर जो दो है, they are like this. They are almost fused. Okay? They appear fused. तो ये जो दो इसके अंदर है, that will be your Keel और Kareena. ठीक है ना? Have you all followed this? Whatever I have said. हाँ, only one standard is present. Total 5 petals बेटा. ये red वाला एक, ये दो और ये दो. So 1 plus 2 3 plus 2 5. Okay? Got it? So that is the way your zygomorphic polypetalous corolla will look like. Fine? Got it? No, no, no. Gram is not bean. Gram is chana. Bean is wal. दो अलग है ये. ग्राम अलग है. हाँ, ग्राम is चना. Okay. Fine. So you understood all the types of arrangements. कोई difficulty है?
Ma'am, scientific name.
1 minute. It is showing my network as unstable. Just will wait for a second. हाँ, yeah, now it's fine. Yeah, you wanted the scientific name. Yeah, scientific name of क्या क्या चाहिए हमें? Tobacco का पता है ना? You know what is tobacco ना? No? Okay, it is Nicotiana. Nicotiana. That is tobacco. Okay, Nicotiana is the scientific name of tobacco. Okay, yeah. Then raspberry, Morus कल आपने लिखा हुआ है. Campanula तो already यही है, साइंटिफिक नेम ही है. दतुरा साइंटिफिक नेम है. रेलवे क्रीपर नहीं याद रखोगे तो चलेगा. Sunflower is Helianthus annuus. Pea is Payasum sativum. Gram you want. Gram is Cicer. CICER. Cicer वाला जो है that is gram. Cicer ariantinum. ओके. अरे मैं गैप देना भूल गई. Cicer ACE. ओके, तो ये किसका हो गया हमारा? Cicer is अगर ग्राम का हो गया. You know what is अरहर ना? अरहर is tuor. Okay, it is called as Kajanus. I'll send that also. Kajanus, Kajan. That is अरहर. और it is called as तूर का दाना कहते हैं उसको. तूर या तुअर कहते हैं. अरे क्या हो गया? कजान इज अरहर और तूर या तुअर कहते हैं हम लोग उसको. ओके. Done. Can I move ahead? Okay. So next we go ahead with the next one. Yeah. So look at this diagrams. This is cruciform 4, है ना? Then this is your caryophyllaceous right angles. ये देखो, ये मैंने जैसे बताया था, ये और ये इसका राइट एंगल है, ये इसका राइट एंगल है, ये इसका राइट एंगल है ना? ये रोसेशियस, ओके. ये कैम्पैन्युलेट. See how they are going to be fused together. Okay, campanulate. This is tubular. ये actual tube बना रहा है. Okay, and this is your funnel shape or infundibulum type. ये वाला फ्लावर आपने बहुत बार देखा होगा. गार्डन वार्डन में ये वाला फ्लावर बहुत होता है. पर्पल कलर का, लाइलैक कलर का होता है ये. You might have
Yes,
seen
ma'am.
this. है ना? Yeah. Okay. Then we come to your NCERT and your government textbook का again a very important point and a fact, that is aestivation. So what do you mean by the word aestivation? Aestivation means the mode of arrangement of sepals or petals in floral bud with respect to other members of the same whorl is known as aestivation. मतलब अगर हम लोग sepals के arrangement करते हैं तो among the sepals only जो arrangement है उसको हम कहेंगे aestivation of sepals. अगर हम petals की arrangement देख रहे हैं तो हम कहेंगे aestivation of petals. Okay, so there are basically 5 different types, that is valvate, twisted, imbricate, vexillary and quinquential. So देखेंगे हम each and everything in detail. Of course, let us see the first one, that how the sepals and the petals, or how the calyx and the corolla is going to be arranged on the thalamus. ठीक है? So first is valvate. So when the petals, or the sepals of course, of a whorl lie adjacent to each other and they just touch it, but they do not overlap, then that type of aestivation is called as valvate type of aestivation. Example is calotropis, custard apple and mustard. I'll show you the diagram so it will be easy. ये देखो, this is valvate. You can see, ये sepal हो सकता है या petal हो सकता है. They are just touching each other, almost touching each other. Okay, but they are not overlapping, है ना? तो इसको हम कहते हैं valvate type of aestivation. ठीक है? ये देखिए twisted. You can see very clearly twisted में one of the sides of the petal or sepal is inward, one is outward. Inward, outward, inward, outward. तो एक twist के जैसा ये दिखाई देता है. Therefore, these are be called as your twisted type of aestivation. ठीक है? समझा what is twisted type? Ascending imbricate. Ascending imbricate क्यों है? Because मैं बताऊंगी. Imbricate का मतलब क्या होता है? What do you mean by the word imbricate? Imbricate का मतलब होता है, here you can see one completely inside, this petal or sepal would be completely inside and the other will be completely outside, while the rest three are one inside, one outside, one inside, one outside, है ना? So what is the difference between twisted and imbricate? What is the difference between twisted and imbricate? Imbricate and twisted में फर्क समझ में आ गया? So twisted में alternate होता है and imbricate में 3 alternates होते हैं. एक पूरी तरह से अंदर होता है, एक पूरी तरह से बाहर होता है, right? That is your ascending imbricate. And vexillary, the one which I showed just now, this is your standard. You have vexillum. This is your ailes, yeah, wings, and these two are going to be keel or carina. Okay, so that is your vexillary aestivation. Have you all followed? How does it look like. Okay, तो ये देखो, when the petals of the whorl lie adjacent to each other and they just touch it but they do not overlap, it is called as valvate type of aestivation, which is seen in Calotropis, custard apple and mustard. Twisted, when one part of the petal covers adjacent petal and the other part is covered by the posterior petal. तो एक अंदर की तरफ एक बाहर की तरफ, है ना? One margin of the petal overlaps that of the next one and the other margin is overlapped by the third one and so on. Example they are saying is cotton, ladyfingers and China rose. Okay. Third is imbricate, when both margins of one petal are covered by two petals. मतलब ये पूरी तरह से अंदर है. That petal is completely inside and is covered on both the sides by two other petals. And both margins of one cover the other. एक petal ऐसा है जो पूरी तरह से बाहर है, which is covering the others. Rest are arranged in a twisted manner. So just now I showed you the diagram of the imbricate aestivation, wherein one of the petal was lying completely inside, one was lying completely outside, and rest three were alternately arranged. Okay. This imbricate aestivation is going to be of two different types, that is ascending imbricate and vexillary, जो मैंने आपको already अभी दिखाया है. Ascending imbricate वाला मैंने अभी जो तुम्हें दिखाया, the posterior petal is innermost, that is both margins are overlapped. Example is cassia, bahuinia and gulmohar. And vexillary I showed you just now. I even had made a drawing of it. That is going to be the anterior petal is innermost and the posterior petal is outermost and largest, called as your vexillum या फिर standard. Example is pea or bean, that is seen in your Fabaceae family. And the last one is called as quinquential. Now, what do you mean by this word quinquential? See, it is the modification of imbricate type. Out of the 5 petals, 2 are completely internal and 2 are completely external. So, ascending imbricate में 1 was internal, 1 was external. Na? Quinquential में 2 are internal and 2 are external. Okay? One margin is internal and other margin is external. वो एक ही रह जाएगा. So, that is called as quinquential, which is seen in Muraya and Rananucleus. ठीक है, तो ये 5 एस्टिवेशंस है बेटा. इसके ऊपर हमेशा क्वेश्चंस आते रहते हैं. दे आस्क यू सो मेनी क्वेश्चंस ऑन दी एस्टिवेशन. इट कुड बी अरेंजमेंट ऑफ द सेपल और पेटल, बट वेक्सिलरी एस्टिवेशन जो है ना वो सिर्फ पेटल के लिए है, वो सिर्फ पेटल के लिए है. ठीक है, गॉट इट. चलो, तो अभी इसमें कोई डाउट है? पहले आई विल गिव यू द साइंटिफिक नेम्स, डोंट वरी, बट ये समझने में किसी को कोई डाउट है? Does anyone have any difficulty in understanding the content? Just touching each other, valvate. Overlapping each other in a very perfect manner, twisted. Overlapping one inside, one outside, and 3 overlaps, imbricate. Ascending imbricate is that one, that is about the imbricate only that we said. Imbricate, one completely inside, one completely outside, and 3 are alternate. See this diagram. One completely inside, one completely outside, and the other 3 are alternate. इसको हम कहते हैं ascending imbricate. और जो quinquential है वो भी imbricate ही है, but 2 will be completely inside, 2 will be completely outside, and 1 will be overlapping. Okay, that will be called as your quinquential. So something like this probably, that is, now suppose I make this completely inside. ये दोनों को अगर मैं completely inside करती हूँ, या फिर मैं इन दोनों को मैं ऐसे कर देती हूँ, इसको मैं completely outside कर देती हूँ. Okay, ये वापस completely inside आ गया. Okay, ये वापस completely inside आ गया. और ये जो है ये वापस मैं completely outside कर देती हूँ. Okay, और ये जो है ना एक बचता है वो एक बाहर एक अंदर. This will be quinquential. So 2 completely inside, 2 completely outside, and 1 is alternate. Okay, yeah, this one is quinquential. ये वाला जो है ये quinquential. Okay ना, got it? All the 5: valvate, twisted, ascending imbricate, descending imbricate, and quinquential. Descending imbricate is nothing but your vexillary aestivation. Fine. Any confusion still in your mind? Sure. Okay. Now calotropis is the scientific name only, so no need of writing, and you have already written it. कस्टर्ड एप्पल का साइंटिफिक नेम लिखा रही हूँ मैं. I'll put it in the chat box for all of you all. This was custard apple. अरे वो सिर्फ मार्च को. चल ठीक है. I'll put it. It's Annona squamosa. What is it? Annona squamosa. That is custard apple. Okay. Again, mustard, cotton, China rose you have written. Lady finger का चाहिए तुम्हें. हाँ, custard apple का local name is सीताफल. Correct. I'll put for lady finger. Ebelo. Moschus. Okay, I'm putting for lady finger, huh? That is Abelomoscus esculentus. That is lady finger. Okay, Abelomoscus esculentus. That is lady finger, beta. कैसिया बाविनिया गुलमोहर आपने ऑलरेडी लिखा हुआ है. आई थिंक नो नीड ऑफ राइटिंग इट अगेन, है ना. ओके, देन क्विंक्विंशियल में देखिए, नहीं वेक्सिलरी में देखिए. दैट इज गोइंग टू बी योर पी एंड डीन, जो ऑलरेडी आपने लिखा हुआ है ना. So no need of writing that again. And Muraya जो है ना, Muraya, that is going to be your curry leaves. कड़ी पत्ता, curry leaves. Okay. Fine. So that is going to be your curry family, in fact. Curry leaves जो होते हैं. Muraya is scientific name. Muraya is scientific name. Okay. Ranonucleus is going to be a scientific name in itself. Okay. Ranonucleus is your celery. Celery. जो खाते हैं ना स्पाइसेस में, वो celery leaves. Done? Can we go ahead? So that's about your calyx and corolla. दोनों का है ये aestivation का description. Okay. Then we move on to something called as perianth. When there is no distinction between calyx and corolla, the whorl is described as perianth. मतलब you cannot actually see calyx, you cannot actually differentiate between calyx and corolla. Okay, तो ऐसे whorl को हम कहते हैं perianth. Individual perianth segments are called as tepals. We call them as tepals. They are not sepals, they are not petals. Therefore उनको हम क्या कहते हैं? We call them as tepals. Green tepals are called as tepaloid, means they are like sepals. And colored tepals are called as petaloid, means they are colored petals, means they are like petals. Tepals are free, then it is called as polypetalous. If the petals are fused, they will be called as gamopetalous. Okay. Example is Liliaceae family and Gramineae family. Liliaceae family कौन सी है अपनी? Liliaceae family कौन सी है पता है आपको? Onion, garlic, aloe vera, ये जो सारे हैं ना, they belong to your Liliaceae family. They all belong to your Liliaceae family. And even your Gramineae family जो है ना, the Gramineae family is also going to be showing these type of perianth wala condition. Okay. Gramineae family is your grass family, huh? Grasses. Gramineae family is grass family and Liliaceae family is your onion family. Is it fine? So that's about your perianth. Okay. So of the 4 whorls of our flower, we have done with 2 which are non-essential whorls. So calyx and corolla जो है ये non-essential whorls है. Why are they called as non-essential whorls? Because they are not absolutely necessary for
They are just for protection.
fertilization. Yeah, they are just going to be accessory whorls. We call them as accessory whorls. That is, if they are present, of course they'll be helping in pollination and attractions. But if they are not present, it's okay. The main thing is to involve in gamete formation. So because calyx and corolla are not involved in any gamete formation, they are called as accessory whorls, okay, or non-essential whorls. On the other hand, androecium and gynoecium both are going to be having direct role in gamete formation. So androecium is going to be the male gamete banane wala structure, and gynoecium is for making the female gametes. Okay, so these are directly involved in the gametogenesis. Therefore, androecium and gynoecium are considered as the most important, yeah, essential words.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, as we know that androecium and gynoecium are essential whorls, so they have to be present in a flower.
Not necessary. There are sterile flowers as well.
Of course, yes, but I'm just saying that they are essential, so most of the flowers have them, right?
Yeah.
But some flowers who are sterile, like they don't have androecium or gynoecium or both, they do not have. So like that, can any flower ever not have a calyx or a corolla?
Yeah, there are so many plants which lack calyx and corolla also. Many plants.
Then how do they get protection?
They are capable of taking their own care. So that calyx also we saw just now, na, the caducus calyx. So when the flower will bloom, the calyx is gone. So even that is like a normal thing to happen. There are so
Yes,
many
ma'am.
plants, so many plants. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah. So the androecium, it constitutes the third whorl of the flower and is made up of 1 or more stamens. Each stamen consists of filament, anther, and connective. Okay. Now here, एंड्रोशियम के बारे में और थोड़ा सा डिटेलिंग हमें अच्छी तरह से करना है. एंड्रोशियम एंड गाइनोशियम को मुझे साथ में आपको पढ़ाना है, बिकॉज हार्डली नाउ 15-20 minutes are remaining to wind up with the lecture. So I won't go ahead with androecium का part right now. I'm going to start taking your viva. मैंने आपको बताया था कि आज हम वाइवा करने वाले हैं, है ना? तो are you all prepared for cell unit of life का वाइवा? मैंने कल आपको बताया था कि लास्ट वीक में ही बताया था, I'm going to take your वाइवा करके. हाँ, बच्चे छोड़ने के लिए स्टार्ट किए. देखो 40 स्टूडेंट्स थे, 3 have left. Even if you leave, that doesn't mean that you're going to escape. Okay? The ones who have left, and then they'll give a reason that network connection, network error, huh? That is not going to be accepted. So I'll ask randomly anyone, huh? I'll ask randomly anyone. It's not anywhere like your alphabetical order में है, ऐसा है, वैसा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Okay? मैं किसी को भी पूछ लूंगी. You should be aware of, like all the answers. ठीक है? And I told you that जिसका मैं नाम कॉल आउट करूंगी वो अपना कैमरा ऑन करेगा और आंसर देगा, है ना? Yes. So MCQs नहीं बच्चा, fill in the blanks. No MCQs. MCQs आपके एग्जाम में. Viva होता है. Viva is oral exams. हाँ, 36. Wow. See how many people are leaving once I say like this way. हाँ, very good. और कोई किसी को छोड़ के जाना है, छोड़ के जाओ. बाद में जो होने वाला है वो आपको पता है क्या होने वाला है. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. 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 Then others. Come on, others. Yeah, you have to on your video for your answer. Okay. Whenever I ask you a question, I want you to on your videos. Video is not working, then how will I believe that you are not seeing and answering? I should know now that you are not seeing and answering. हाँ या ना बेटा बोलो. How many people's camera has an issue? हाँ, 3-4 लोग अभी बोल रहे कैमरा का इशू है. Good. Okay. So many comments are coming now. Oh my God, what is it? What you have not understood, beta? You will revise it again. You are saying, Arey, you will not answer a very long question. It will be for a fraction of a second. Okay. Your house and parents and all, it's okay. Huh? I'm not here to see how is your house or, what are your parents doing and all. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. I just want to ensure that you all are not looking into the book and answering. That's it. Okay. The first question. The first question is for whom? Yeah, Komal, come on. You answer the first question. Quickly camera on करके मैं जो बोल रही हूँ उसको सुनो. If you want, I'll on my camera so that it's easy for you all to detect what I'm saying. Okay. In human beings, the membrane of the erythrocyte has approximately -% of protein and -% of lipid. Komal, I want you to answer this. Quickly. We have got so many questions to be answered. कोमल, आप कहाँ थे भाई तुम? हाँ? How much % is protein and how much % is lipid? Come on, Komal, quickly. See, if you don't answer, then the conditions are not going to be right. Huh? पहले ही बता रही हूँ. I can see so many hands raised. I can see even in the chat box, I can see some of the answers. Come on. हाँ, बोलो Komal, your camera is on now. Tell me. Unmute yourself
Ma'am,
and
can you see me or something?
I can't see you. I can't see you, but you can tell me the answer. Come on.
60 and 40.
To be very precise, it's not 60 and 40. 40 is correct, but 60 isn't correct. Who can tell me what it is? Who will tell me? Okay, Vyom, tell me, beta.
Ma'am, 23% protein and 77% lipids.
Okay, fine. And your NCRT book is saying 52% protein and 40% lipids. Okay, that is what is about the erythrocyte. So I asked you about the erythrocyte. Okay, normal cells जो है वो 2377. Erythrocytes is going to be how much? It's going to be of 52 and 40. Okay, चलो. Next question. Next question is for Anjali. Anjali, the next question is for you. Okay, that is a number of organized flattened membranous sacs called as dash are present in the stroma. In the stroma of the chloroplast, there are many membranous sacs or sacs. What are those called as? What is that individual sac called as? Anjali Joshi. Hmm. Anjali, you left? No, you're there. I can see you. Come on, quickly, Anjali. Quickly. I don't want to waste time.
Ma'am, I have not prepared yet.
Why? You're waiting for whom? When did I tell you all that this has to be prepared? When I had told you? Come on, all of you all kindly tell me. मैंने कब बताया था? कल बताया था कि कल मैं वाइवा लेने वाली हूँ या कब बताया था? How much days I have given you for preparations? How many days? Come on, quickly tell me. So is not 1 week enough to make your one chapter thorough? एक चैप्टर नहीं कर सकते हो तुम लोग thoroughly? और इतना इजी वाला चैप्टर लिया है मैंने, डिफिकल्ट वाला भी नहीं लिया है. वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इजीएस्ट चैप्टर्स एंड यू कांट डू इट विद इन अ वीक. And you're expecting a year to come and sit and just listen and go home and say that yes, I have done. You have to study 38 chapters in biology. Are there 38 weeks left for you all to study everything? You know how many 38 weeks makes up? कितने months हो जाते हैं 38 weeks? मतलब कितने months है? Approximately 40 chapters लेते हो तुम लोग. कितने months है बोलो? How many months? Hardly 10 months in your hand. What is the month going on right now? It's January end. अगर तुम एक चैप्टर एक वीक में नहीं स्टडी कर सकते हो, मतलब तुम लोग कभी भी नेक्स्ट ईयर नीट नहीं दे सकोगे. Try to understand logically. It's really very bad that you are not studying like this way. Huh? These excuses are not going to be accepted by me. And then you will come on us and say कि नहीं हमें ये नहीं हुआ, हमारा वो नहीं हुआ, हमारा ये नहीं समझा, हमें वो नहीं समझा. क्या नहीं समझा? स्टडी कब करना है तुम्हें? स्टडी करने का नहीं और बाद में ब्लेम सारा टीचर्स के ऊपर डाल देने का. इतना ही आता है सबको. How much time you are getting at home now? You don't have to even travel nowadays. Traveling का भी तुम्हारा टाइम पास नहीं हो रहा है आजकल. You all are at home. You can manage to study one small chapter, and I'm not going to ask you anything from out of the syllabus also. मैं पूरा NCERT तुम लोग को पूछ रही हूँ. और इतना सिंपल है, क्लोरोप्लास्ट के अंदर जो सैक्स है उसको क्या कहते हैं, और यू आर गिविंग मी एन आंसर दैट यू हैव नॉट स्टडीड. व्हाई यू वांट टू स्टडी? इवन इफ यू लिसन टू व्हाटएवर इज बीइंग सेड, यू विल कम टू नो. अटेंडेंस नहीं करने का, बाद में आराम से लॉग इन करने का, फिर टाइम पास करते घूमते बैठने का, बाद में रिकॉर्डिंग जब मिलेगा तो देखेंगे. दिस इज योर एटीट्यूड नाउअडेज, एवरीवन ऑफ यू ऑल. When the lectures used to be physical lectures, live lectures, वो बच्चों को कब रिकॉर्डिंग मिलता था? कोई रिकॉर्डिंग नहीं मिलते थे उनको. They had to be alert. What is your attitude is, हाँ वो तो क्या मिल जाएगा अपने को, चैनल पे तो मिलने ही वाला है ना, आराम से देख लेंगे जब टाइम मिलेगा. आराम ही करते रहो, फिर आराम से ही कर लेना. फिर 2 साल का ड्रॉप लेना, ब्रेक लेना, 2 साल वेस्ट करना, देन गो एंड गिव योर नीट. I have given you 1 full week to prepare for this chapter. I have not said that yesterday. Tomorrow I am taking a viva. I should take surprise vivas for you all now. Even after telling you all, if you all are not preparing, I should take surprise vivas for you all. Only then you will come to your senses. Impossible बच्चे हो तुम लोग, impossible. पूरा दिन घर पे हो फिर भी कुछ नहीं कर रहे हो. एक चैप्टर नहीं करा सकते हैं क्या तुम लोग? I'll withdraw all the recordings from the channel. सारे के सारे मेरे लेक्चर्स है ना वो विड्रॉ करके रख दूंगी, तब जाके समझेगा। बाद में कर लेंगे, आराम से कर लेंगे। पूरा दिन पूरी रात तुम्हारे लिए पड़ी है, आगे 2 साल आपके लिए पड़े हैं ना, सबके लिए। Very bad, very bad. I am not at all happy with this type of progress of you all. As and when I ask a question, there should be hands raised. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 6 hands are raised. You all are 37 बच्चे हो तुम लोग। Disgusting. I'm not going to, I'll stop taking your lectures. I'm telling you all. If this is going to be your response, I'll not take the lectures. I'll not conduct the lectures. The next question is for whom I shall ask. हाँ, पहले हाथ अभी withdraw कर लो बेटा, so that I will come to know कि किसको क्या कैसे कौन सा question पूछना है, क्या करना है. Okay. The next question will be for Sneha Sharma. Sneha Sharma, please give me this answer. Yeah, when the glycocalyx is going to be a loose sheath, when the glycocalyx is going to be a loose sheath, it is called as dash, and when it is going to be tightly bound, it is called as dash.
Slime sheath, and when it's tightly bound, it's called that.
What is that?
Capsule.
Okay, fine. Sure. The next one is going to be for Sarah Dias. Sarah, you will answer this question. Bacterial flagellum is composed of 3 parts, dash, dash, and dash. What are the 3 parts of the bacterial flagellum? Yeah, say.
Basal body, the hook, and filament.
Okay, very good. Nice. The next one is going to be for Shreyas. Shreyas, kindly answer this question. Based on the type of pigments, plastids are classified into 3 forms called as dash, dash, and dash. 3 forms of plastids. Yes, Shreyas.
Can you please repeat, ma'am?
The 3 types of plastids based on the function pigments, plastids are classified into 3 forms. What are the 3 types of plastids called as? Bolo, quickly, Shreyas. Yeah, whatever answers you have given is right. I can see raised hands also. Yeah. Where are you? Lost? Yes, you all are right. Whoever is answering in that one is right. Shreyas, where are you?
Ma'am, I'm low blasts. Hello, ma'am.
Speak. Amyloblast is not the answer to it. I just want the basic 3 forms based on their pigments. कौन सा pigment किस में है उस accordingly उसका नाम चाहिए बस. Very bad. Very bad. Others who have answered, you all are right. Almost all of you all, not almost, almost yeah. Every one of you all are right. Shreyas, why are you not studying? You have got a lot of work at home. Your parents are not allowing you to study.
Ma'am, actually I was disconnected.
Now you are connected.
Amyloblast, proteinoblast, and that
No, beta. Those are the 3 forms of your leucoplast. I am asking you the based on pigments, color के हिसाब से 3 type के plastids कौन से हैं? That is my question. It is as simple as chloroplast, chromoplast, and leucoplast. It was as simple as that. Almost all have given the right answers. So yes, इतना simple अगर नहीं करोगे तो कैसे चलेगा? हाँ? So simple I had asked you. So simple. Next question is for Shruti Maste. Please answer this question. The dash chromosome has middle centromere forming 2 equal arms of the chromosome. 2 equal arms, center में है centromere. ऐसे वाले क्रोमोसोम को क्या कहते हैं? What we call that chromosome as? Shruti Masti.
Metacentric.
Very good. Excellent. The next question is going to be for Manan. Manan, this question is for you. The material of the nucleus stained by the basic ties was given the name as chromatin by a scientist called as dash. What is the name of the scientist who gave the name chromatin? Manan Joshi. Yes, you all have answered. You all have answered it correctly, beta.
Is Robert Brown?
No, that's wrong. Who would answer this? Yeah, Himanshu. Himanshu, you can answer this. Come on.
Fleming.
Very good. Yes, he is Mr. Fleming. Okay. The next one is for whom? कितने लोग हैं यार? अभी बहुत सारे लोग हैं तुम लोग. Okay, Parnavi, this is for you. Parnavi, this is for you. Okay. An improved model of the structure of cell membrane was proposed by dash and dash, which is widely accepted as fluid mosaic model. Who were the 2 scientists who proposed this particular fluid mosaic model?
Singer and Nicholson.
Very nice. Perfect. Yes. The next one is going to be for Ashita. Ashita Salvi, please answer this question. Okay. Fine. The dash is the major site for synthesis of lipid in animal cells. Who is the one who is going to synthesize lipids?
SCR.
Very good, beta. SCR. Excellent. The next one is going to be for who? Siddhi. Siddhi, can you answer this question which I'm asking you now? Just try to answer this. Chalo. Yeah. Then that is several ribosomes may attach at a single mRNA and form a chain. This chain is called as dash or dash. Yeah. Tell me. Siddhi, quickly. Yeah, whatever you all have given is right answer, but all of you all have given the right answer. Where's Siddhi? Lost? No, she's there. Come on. Many ribosomes attached to the same mRNA molecule. That will be called as what? See, this is the response I'm not getting from you all. Huh? So how many of you all are genuinely studying and how many of you all are doing time pass? ये clear समझ में आ गया मुझे. बहुत ही clearly समझ में आ गया है. Anyways, we are running out of time. So others जिनका आज चांस नहीं आया उनको ऐसे लगेगा हाँ मैंने प्रिपेयर नहीं किया था, अच्छा हो गया मेरा नंबर नहीं आया. लेकिन मैं हाथ जिनके रेज्ड हूँ ना, जिन लोगों ने हाथ रेज किए हुए हैं ना ऑलमोस्ट एवरी आंसर्स के लिए, आई एम काउंटिंग देम. ओके, आई एम काउंटिंग ऑन देम. एंड इधर चैट बॉक्स में जो आंसर्स जो बच्चे मुझे दे रहे हैं ना, आई एम काउंटिंग ऑन देम. ओके, अदर्स ना हाथ ऊपर कर रहे हैं, ना आंसर्स देने की तकलीफ ले रहे हैं. वो सारे बच्चे क्या कर रहे हैं, आई नो ना. नेक्स्ट वीक whenever I'll be having a class with you all, I think so next Thursday ही अपना lecture रहेगा 8 to 10 वाला. Same similar condition होगा. I'll be asking your rest of the questions from this particular chapter, that is cell unit of life again. That time you don't answer me. आज भी जो लोग ने आंसर नहीं किया है, I have noted down. Okay, next class में भी ये एक चैप्टर कंटिन्यू होने वाला है. Is it very clear to all of you all? It's going to be fill in the blanks. It's not your MCQs, and I want all of you all to answer it. And I'm not at all happy with today's performance of you all. जो बच्चों ने आज नहीं आंसर किया है ना, I'm not happy at all. बिल्कुल भी नहीं. I have given you all 1 week का time, and still you all have not done it. Very bad. Those who have done, that's good, no doubt. It will help you all only. Your sincereness, your generousness, your fire to do something in life can be seen by such small things. And those who just want to lie around, hang around and do time pass, your wish. I'm ending the meeting for all of us.